welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday night and we are live here on YouTube. And tonight we are going to be talking about 6 different ways of starting your weight loss journey. So we are officially in 2023. It is a brand new year. Happy New Year. It's our first time being live here on the channel in the new year. And so, you know, one of the biggest things that people want to accomplish every single year is that people will talk about is they want to lose weight. This is one of the biggest New Year's resolutions every single year. Is I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to lose 100 pounds. Unfortunately, most people never make it past like February. By the time February gets here, it's like it's gone, it's done, they've moved past it. And the truth is most people never start right. They throw out a goal, they throw out a hope, they throw out a dream. This is the year I'm going to lose weight. And they haven't thought much past that. And so tonight I'm going to be giving you, being as we are just after the new year, I wanted to give you my top 6 tips for starting your weight loss journey or restarting your weight loss journey. As somebody who's like, I spent a decade as a weight loss failure, which means I started a lot. I started my weight loss journey and then I would fail. Then I would quit and I'd eat all the stuff and then I would start again. And then I would fail and then I would quit and then I would start again and then I would fail. And so after years of failing, I restarted back in 2014, wound up losing 161 pounds in 13 months, have kept it off since then. And we're now in 2023. That was through a 3rd unplanned pregnancy. And so I know a lot about starting wrong and I know a lot about starting right. Since that time, I've also gotten thousands of people started and had crazy, insane results with other people losing weight as well. And so I say all that to say that these 6 things really work when it comes to starting your weight loss journey. So let's go ahead and dive in. By the way, if you're new here, I would love to have you join our growing YouTube community. Make sure to smash the like button. It really helps out the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Ring the notification bell. We have so many cool things coming up here on the channel in 2023. You're not going to miss any of it. You're not going to want to miss out. I don't know about you. I have terrible FOMO. I hate missing out on things. And I really hate finding out after I've missed out that I missed out. So make sure you are subscribed so that doesn't happen to you. So number 1, commit to a plan. Commit to a program. Commit to a diet, if you will. Commit to something. You're never, and listen, we could debate on which way is the best way and which is the best diet and which is the best shake and which is the best exercise and what's the best way to lose the weight. Do you have to work out? Do you not? Can you eat carbs? Can you not? And I have lots of opinions on all of that. But we're not here to talk about that tonight. What we are going to talk about is commit to something. If the diet program, the weight loss program, whatever it is that you want to call it, if it has a track record of results, and that's the way you're going to pick, commit to it. None of this willy-nilly, none of this like, well, I'm going to give it like just a couple months and we'll see. Like, no, you've got to commit to a plan. Because if you're not committed to a plan, what happens is, especially in today's world, we live in a social media world. Especially in today's world, when we don't commit to a plan, what happens is we get shiny object syndrome. So we're like, yes, I'm all in. I'm going to do this diet. And then something else comes around and we're like, oh, hey, look at that shake. Look at this keto thing. Look at that. Oh, did you hear about this? No, pick something and do it. And if you don't have a thing, I will link down below in the description box. I'm going to write it right here so I don't forget. Plan. If you need a plan, I'll link ours. If you don't know one that works, I'll link ours. Fill it out. I'll get you some information and we'll see if it's a good fit. However, commit. Go all in. One plan, not 5, not 10. Don't focus on everything else. One thing. If your plan didn't work, the company would be out of business. If they have before and afters, it clearly works. It's better for you to focus on one thing. Even if it's not my plan, I'd rather you just pick a plan. Pick any plan that has a track record of results and focus on it. And you're not going to hear a lot of people say that. What you hear a lot of times on YouTube or on any platform is people are like, no, pick my plan. It's the only one that works. It's the best plan. Listen, we're all biased for our own plans. We're all biased as to what worked for us. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of different things on weight loss. And I can give you a lot of strategy on my opinions and what I think works and what I think doesn't work. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is for you to commit to something. Go all in. Commit that this is the year that you're going to succeed. All right? Number 2, taking failure off of the table. Taking failure off of the table. And what do I mean by that? When you take failure off the table, then your only other option is success. When you take failure off the table, your only other option is success. And what I mean by that is take quitting off the table. Take quitting off the table. Take your timetable off the table. So prior to 2014, when I was a complete weight loss failure, I had tried all the things, spent all the money, tried all the shakes, injected myself with stuff, tried starving myself. There was never a time that I just went all in. There was never a time when I took failure off the table. Failure was always on the table, and I always wound up failing. And, keeping failure on the table looks something like this. Well, I'm going to try this new diet program, and we'll see how it works. It's not going to work. It's only going to work unless you work it. Doing something like, and what happens with that kind of mindset, what happens with that kind of thought pattern is as soon as something else comes along where someone else has results or something that looks easier, you're going to jump right to that. We're all looking for the easy thing. We're all looking for the new thing. We're all looking for the thing that's going to work for us. There's never going to be a magic pill. Behind your health that you want, there's always going to be work. No matter what program you pick. Taking failure off the table looks something like taking your timetable off of it. When I was failing at weight loss, I always had a timetable. I was like, well, I'm going to try this new thing and I'll give it 30 days, I'll give it 60 days, and we'll see how it works. That wasn't commitment. That was, being half in, half out. That was like entering into a marriage and being like, well, it's a half-hearted commitment. It was like, I'll see how this thing works. If you're going into a marriage and you're going to see how it works, good freaking luck. No, because just like a marriage, there's going to be days you want to, there's going to be days you don't. There's going to be days where you're excited about your spouse, there's going to be days you're not. There's going to be days where you're like, yes, I'm so glad I married you. Then there's going to be days you're like, what was I thinking? And so your health journey is the same way. There's going to be days you're excited. There's going to be days you're not. There's going to be days where you're like, oh, I'm all in. I love the scale. And there's going to be days where the scale has horns and it's like your enemy. All right. And so take failure off the table. Take your timetable off the table. Commit that you are committed until you get the results that you want. Did you hear me? You are committed until you get the results that you want. All right. Number 3, flock with other people who are going the same place you're going. Your environment is everything. And if you're trying to lose weight, but you're hanging out with a bunch of people who aren't, it's only a matter, if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to eat healthy, but you're hanging out with a bunch of people who are drinking, eating like candy bars and going through fast food and eating pizza and ice cream every night, your environment matters. And so when I set out to completely change my health in 2014, it was like, okay, obviously I was hanging out with a bunch of people who were unhealthy and overweight. And chances are, so are you, because over 70% of the world is. And so it wasn't about ditching all my fluffy friends. No, but it was about finding some fit friends, finding some people. In today's world, it's so easy. We live in a social media world. And so finding some people that I could go, and most of these people didn't even know my name. I would log on to their YouTube channel or Instagram or Facebook or whatever it was. And we were virtual BFFs. I allowed these people to start influencing me. I allowed myself to start flocking with people who I did not think like, I did not act like. In some cases, I didn't even agree with. Come on, I was 288 pounds. Do you think I always agreed with some size 2, size 4 fitness chick? No, I'd be like, this girl is cray cray. Holy cow, whatever. I judged, but I hung out. I looked, and some days I was like, She doing what? With what? Wait, what's she eating? She's turning cauliflower into a breadstick? Honey, you ain't never heard of Pizza Hut? They got some great breadsticks. Oh, man. You go to Olive Garden and it's unlimited. You don't need to turn no cauliflower into a breadstick. Like, wow. I had no idea how many things cauliflower could be until I started following some of these fit people. But my point is, like, I started hanging out with them. And do you know, within 13 months, I became one of them. And I was like, what is going on? Like, how did this happen? And so if you want to change your environment, if you want to change your life, you got to change who you're hanging out with. And you got to make sure you're introducing some people into that align with the person you want to become, not just the person you are. And so if you don't know of anybody, let's hang out every Tuesday. We are here on YouTube every Tuesday night. I would love to hang out with you. If you want to hang out with me more, we have a whole coaching community that we do. It's not all on weight loss. It's on business, finances, marriage, and health. And it's $29 a month. It's called the Ignite Your Life Coaching Community. My husband and I run it, and it's a giant community, and it's a whole bunch of people going. And it's people that want to, those 4 pillars: marriage, finance, business, and marriage, finance, business, and health. We talk about those 4 things inside of that coaching community. It's only like $29 a month, which is crazy. I'll link that down there. Ignite Your Life link. And anyway, so hang out with people that are going to help you get to where you want to go. All right. Number 4, focus on where you're going, not on where you've been. Focus on where you're going, not on where you've been. You cannot focus on the past and the future at the same time. You've got to pick one. You've got to pick one. And so if you focus on where you're going, focus on what you want your life to do in 2023, not what you didn't do in 2022. Did you hear me? Focus on what you want to do in 2023, not what you didn't do in 2022. Focus on what you want to do, not on what you didn't do. On what you want to do, not on what you didn't do. You can't change the past. There's no sense in trying to, erase dried ink. Focus on writing the new chapter, not on erasing the old one. Figure out what can I learn about 2022? What can I learn from 2021? What can I learn from last year? And how can it make me better and stronger? How did it make me more prepared for this year? All right. Number 5. This one's huge. This is huge. And this has been a secret weapon of mine in any area that I have succeeded in, but hiring a coach, having accountability. Accountability will help you go far further, faster than doing it on your own. And I'm a very strong-willed kind of gal. I'm a very get out of my way. Let me show you how this is done. I'm not afraid to take chances. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Let's just go, right? When's the best time to succeed? Yesterday. And so that's my natural tendency. And so, when it came to hiring a coach, first it was I first did this inside of business. And I don't know, call it ego, call it whatever, call it pride, I don't know. I tend to think sometimes that I just know, right? Or I tend to be a freebie seeker in the past where, I'll just go get all my information for free on YouTube. I don't need to pay somebody to know nothing. Well, free is free and free is fine. And there's lots of great places where you can get free content for free. But a lot of your higher stuff, it's not going to be free. Okay? Because we give a lot of amazing free content here on YouTube, but there's not accountability. There's not the same time invested. If you were to take all of the viewers that would just watch YouTube and have used these tips to lose weight, and there's a lot of them, and you were to stack them up against my people in the biggest transformation, which ones do you think have the better results? The ones in the biggest transformation. Why? Because they have hired a coach, they have extreme accountability, and this is how Kristen has gone on to lose 180 pounds in a year. This is how people like Dr. Mary Star Carter have lost 50 pounds in 6 months. People like Matthew Wyatt lost 142 pounds in 9 months. People like Shane Short lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Insane results, but it comes from hiring a coach and accountability. So if you are in a place where you really want, you don't want to leave anything to chance, and you want this year to be your best year yet, you've got to hire a coach. And let me tell you what happens to you when you hire a coach. See, most of you, if you're being honest, this is true. You'll quit on yourself. You will quit on yourself. You will. But when you have a coach, you will quit far faster on yourself than you will for anybody else. So when you have a coach that's counting on you, depending on you, checking in on you, sometimes you'll show up just because you know they're looking for you to. Unfortunately, most of us don't show up for ourselves the same way we show up for other people. And it just is what it is. So it's knowing that about ourselves and knowing that we have to hire a coach. So in business, mind you, I had gotten my business up to $720,000 without a coach. With a coach, I was able to scale that business to over $9 million. That is the power of having a coach. $720,000 to $9 million. Weight loss, a weight loss failure. Getting a coach. I lost 161 pounds and I've maintained it for 8 years. Like, hello, like that is it. Having a coach can help you go from good to great, or it can help you go from bad to good to great, right? And so get a coach, get accountability. It's not scary, it's necessary. And by the way, it doesn't make you weak, it makes you smart. If you're one of these strong-willed people that's like, I can do all things on my own, maybe you can, but it's going to take you longer. It's going to be much more painful. It's not going to be nearly as easy or rewarding as it could be if you had a coach and if you had accountability. And I tried to buck this as long as I could. And once I finally came to the realization of, no, I just need a coach. Now it's every single area that I want to succeed in. When I wanted to be a good mom, it was finding another mom who had what I want, finding other moms and doing what they did, asking them. I didn't just try to wing it on my own. Parenting doesn't come with a manual. Marriage, when I tried to have a good marriage, it was hiring a coach. Okay, how did you not want to kill your husband? How did you stay horny? How did you, like how did you do this? How did you defy the odds of not only staying married, not getting divorced, but being happily married, right? Like, how did you do that? Because that's not normal. So find somebody who has what you want, do what they do, hire a coach. Don't be penny smart and dollar stupid. Do you know how much money I wasted over those 10 years failing? Like, having a coach was a more expensive investment up front. But you know how much money it saved me by just getting the results? Like, so much freaking money. All right. Number 6, patience. Patience. Patience, my friends. When it comes to starting your weight loss journey, you've got to be patient. Rome was not built in a day. It was not built in a day. And your health journey, you're not going to get there overnight. And when you're not patient and you have unrealistic expectations on your health journey, then what can happen is when we don't see results yesterday, when we don't see results fast enough, then we wind up quitting. We wind up saying, that's it, I'm done. And we get shiny object syndrome, we move on to something else. If we go back to number 1, you've got to commit to a plan and you've got to go all in. Number 2, you got to take failure off the table. You've got to be committed until. Number 3, flock with other people who are going there. Number 4, focus on where you're going, not where you've been. Number 5, hire a coach, having accountability. Number 6, patience. Patience. You've got to be patient. And don't expect perfection. It is about progress, not perfection. There's only one perfect person that ever walked this earth, and it wasn't you, and it wasn't me. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. And can I do better can I do better today than I did yesterday? Can I do better this week than I did last week? Can I do better this month than I did last month? Can I do better this year than I did last year? Progress. And so, that is our 6 tips for starting your weight loss journey this year and having this be the year that you stop talking about the weight you're going to lose, the body that you want, and you actually go out and get it. And so thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash the like button. We will be back live next Tuesday, same time, same place. And I'm going to be talking about our carb cycling group that we have coming up. We have our carb cycling group coming up. We do this program 3 times a year. It is something that we do to annihilate the fat. Literally, the average person loses 8 to 15 pounds of fat inside of 15 days. It's a short, fun program that we do together. And we have our very first one coming up here in a couple weeks. So we're going to be talking about that next Tuesday night. So we'll see you then. Have a great night.